So Djimon, Tempest, great film first of all.
Yeah.
In the film you was kind of almost naked the entire movie. Did it make you feel exposed at all?
Yeah, you feel a little vulnerability, yes. Well, the more challenging part probably had to do with just being standing there halfway naked for 5 hours applying the makeup on, you know,
yeah.
and then after that have to come out and just really execute.
Because of course, I mean, being in with massive British action star Helen Mirren, as well as the dynamic, different Russell Brand.
Yes.
How did you find working with both of those?
Great experience, and certainly, I mean, more empowering experience had to do with probably Helen Mirren and just watching her work and her, I mean, such a I mean, she's so gracious. Her approach to the work, and she's a wonderful woman, wonderful.
Yeah, she's brilliant in The Queen, and then you've got Russell Brand, this new kind of guy who's on the scene, who's bringing something completely different to Hollywood.
Crazy, off the wall. He is absolutely a delight to be around, and certainly a fun guy to be around.
Excellent. So then going to kind of Julie Taymor, you know, she's one of the big kind of directors in Hollywood. She's also big in theatre and opera, in film.
She's huge, yeah.
So how did her creativity affect your performance?
Well, she's my director. She's my guidance. How can she affect it any, if not in a positive way? Obviously, we're creating something fun, very difficult, challenging, certainly something not of this generation. So many generation in between who had, you know, certainly have the same affinity with the same material, and so that's extremely powerful to be working with a director like that. Yeah.
So with Julie, I mean, she kind of gives her own way of doing things. Did you like the way that she kind of directed it compared to different directors, or?
She's the director. You either like it or you don't like it. You know, I mean, you know, you don't really have the luxury. I mean, you signed up to somebody's vision. You kind of have to go in there with that, you know, hopefully complementing that vision. Yeah. You know.
So, a London boy myself, my whole education was kind of like English. It's about Shakespeare, and they've taken us to the Globe and things like that. And there'll be times when I'll be studying his work and I'd read his script and I'd think, bloody, you know, what does this mean? Was there a time like during when you read your script and you was like, what did I just say?
Yeah, of course. I mean, so many times, you know, because again, his work had so many layers and so many meanings, and so the interpretation can be done in so many different ways and still be right.
Yeah,
that is the part that is, you know, very challenging.
So, like, when you first got like the screenplay and you read through it, was it kind of quite overwhelming for yourself to kind of understand it? And
of course. I mean, hey, listen, I know the people that are, you know, it's their first language. British is their first language, or English is the first language, and they're still having a hard time understanding. Yeah. And this is my fifth language, and you know, I mean, so you can imagine. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to be able to comprehend every you know, aspect of display, and again, a character like Caliban, who is very primal. It's very it's quite.
Because I mean, it's a lot. Yeah, I studied it for 5 years, and I was still kind of reading. I'm like, you know, it's still tough, you know.
Yeah, it is.
So
tough.
I mean, for yourself, you grew up in West Africa, in Benin. Did you ever think that you'd ever be kind of a Hollywood actor?
Well, you know, by the time I dreamed it, what do you think you're gonna make it? Well, that's the goal, obviously, to make it. But I never thought that I would be, you know, making movies of this nature, and certainly never thought I would be, you know, so big in Hollywood. So it's nice.